Hello, tubers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. And thank you for tuning in to Cooper's Thai Adventures. With yours truly, Brock Snitters here with our special guest star, Alpha Romeo. Some of you might know him.
Good morning, everyone.
Yeah, Alpha's from Canada, actually close by to where I live, Stony Creek, Ontario. So welcome again to the channel, Alpha.
Thanks for having me once
Romeo.
again.
And today's topic, folks, is finding love in Thailand. Yeah, I guess both of us have been able to do that, so that's a good thing. And so, how you've been coming here for again? How long?
First visit was maybe 2016.
2016. Okay, so we're going back 8 years, 9 years coming up.
Correct. Yeah.
And you've been together with your lady friend for how long?
So now it's going on 6 years. Anniversary's on the 20th.
Wow. And so you can keep note of that.
Yeah.
Anniversaries. Good for you. Don't forget the flowers.
She likes her food.
She likes her food.
She's not a flower girl, but she definitely likes to have some good food. So that's good.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. So 6 years. Well, that's amazing. Mm-hmm. And so that's kind of today's topic, but I wanted to say, and I don't know what you think of this, but I'm an older fellow, a lot older than you, and I see a lot of guys my age or older, and boy, they're walking around with some very young ladies.
Yeah, I've seen that from time to time here.
You do see that time. Okay, it's not just not me, and my eyes are going. And I always think, well, that's interesting. And in fact, I think it's in a way a good thing. These gentlemen sometimes aren't in the best condition, and having someone younger that's able to physically look after you, pushing you around or whatever, helping you out of bed, into bed, whatever. I think it's a good thing. So
yeah, Brooke, that's a good point, because you can see from all ages, but even if they get maybe some mobility issues or just getting around or need a hand, for whatever, being the household or whatever.
Yeah.
And they feel that need to and help out, and it's a working relationship. So it's good.
It is
security too, right? So you're taken care of.
I saw this, and this is what kind of twigged me to thinking even about this topic. Was we were out the other night having a couple games of pool, and I saw this guy in a wheelchair. But it was one of these ones, like it's kind of battery operated with your hand. Like he had no movement, none. And so he's in this chair with just, his wrist, I guess, is moving the thing. Arms couldn't move, legs couldn't move. Expensive chair, I thought, for Thailand. You don't see many of them around here. And he had 3 Thai ladies, with him, walking with him, weren't pushing him because he was self-motivated, but. And I thought to myself, well, that's probably, now he was a heavy guy, and that's probably why maybe he had these 3 ladies, because he was the type of condition where he couldn't get in or out of bed on his own without help. And one lady couldn't do it. That's for darn sure.
So severe mobility issues.
Severe mobility. So I guess my point of that is you can, you're in the West and you've got a mobility issue or handicap, you can come to Thailand and there's a situation likely for you where you can actually live here. And be safe and function, let's say. So that's interesting, and probably a lot less expensive than the West.
Well, yeah, and now that you said that, on one of the busier streets, I think it's maybe Second Road, or what's the next one up from here? Second Road, one of the busier streets. But you've seen them even on there, going down the road off to the side, and they're in their electric chair or electric scooter, if you want, and they might even have someone with them, Thai wife or girlfriend, assisting while they go, which is great. I mean, the best of both worlds. And instead of saying maybe in a colder country, you're in your house, you can't really get outside, there's no mobility, or a lot less. You come here, you get the better weather, you still get to, get fresh air, move around and everything else. And you got a smile on your face.
Yep.
It's all good.
I mean, you guys, again, are a lot younger, so you don't necessarily think about this. However, I do, being 72, and that is, I'm not getting any younger. I'm getting a little older. I wonder if I have an issue with mobility in 10 years or 15. Cooper just mentioned he ain't picking me up. It's nice to have someone you can count on that would be there for you. So
else I thought you were going to come up with something like maybe you need another 1 or 2 assistants. No.
No.
One's all right. I wasn't sure where
one's
enough
for this boilie. Yeah. And yeah. So, anyways, guys out in the live stream there, just fire away any comments you have. Your issues finding love in Thailand. I do see a lot of the newbies that have come here. Oh, they fall in love quick.
Yep.
It's almost seems they fall in love on a weekly basis with somebody different almost.
Yeah, love at first sight, sometimes a good thing, sometimes maybe not. So
exactly.
Yeah.
So, but I also see a lot of expats here that have found some true love.
Yeah.
They're and they're quite happy. You can see that in their smile.
Absolutely.
And
and I guess just like anyone around the world, if you find the right one, it's a great thing. So that's good, and they really look after your interests, your best interests, and take care of you, which is a beautiful thing in my world. So
absolutely. I think the mindset in Asia, at least what I've experienced compared to the West, for whatever reasons, the females seem to be a little more attentive and more kind of what I think I was looking for, So anyways, yeah, we're quite happy. You have a Thai girlfriend. I have a Filipino wife. Cooper has a Filipino wife. And I think all three of us are, in seventh heaven, so to speak,
absolutely.
as far as,
Yeah, they're really, like you said, they're really, really caring, attentive. Maybe the wrong wording, but a little bit more old school compared to where I'm from, at least.
I agree.
In the West and whatnot. So the mindset's a little bit different, which is a positive thing in my books.
Yeah. Well, I hark back to my grandparents, who I knew quite well, born in the 1890s. But, I stayed with them quite often, especially, when I was going to university. And they were what I refer to as old school. Like, my grandma just stayed home, cooked on the farm, mind you. It was farm days, but, just kind of ran the house.
Yeah.
And grandpa, he ran the books and the outside, did the cattle work and field work and, brought home the bacon, so to speak.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was, that's kind of like more. And then I went through 2 marriages that, everybody worked, nobody stayed home. And yeah, you wonder, hey, what society, how that was. But, oh, well, anyways, so.
But even here, they're pretty forward-minded and productive. So, and my girlfriend has a job, obviously. She works, and takes care of her family at home at the same time. So, yeah, it's pretty busy lifestyle, Still makes a lot of time for Romeo, so that's a nice thing.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah, that's definitely important. So
yeah, that's really nice.
Well, let's get to a few comments here. Click on that. Richard Woolley. Hi, folks from Florida.
Hello, Richard.
Hello, Richard. Okay, we got a shout out here. Oyvind Larson bought us a coffee. Thanks for everything, it says. Thanks, Ovid. And where are you from? Norway or Sweden? Let us know. And that's great. You're fairly new, I think, on the channel. I haven't seen your name before, but you've been on for a while. Okay. And up here in the corner, guys, let me just get this finger straight here. There we go. There, that's the buy me a coffee signal. And should you decide, it's not mandatory, obviously, but we do love our coffees here. And 100% of the proceeds go to the coffee fund. YouTube doesn't get to sip on our coffees at all like they do on the others. So that's good news. But anyways, thanks very much, Ovid. Hammerhead the bassist. There's a handle for you. Is this going to be about Bitcoin? Not really. Mondays is kind of the Bitcoin thing. We'll throw a bit in if there was something of interest, but we try and keep Wednesday and Saturdays away from crypto. Monday is kind of totally crypto. So Wednesdays and Saturdays, it's more other subjects other than crypto. We're not going to hit anybody over the head if they have a question, but we try to keep it away from that. Scotty Richmond, sound got muted, he says.
Not sure.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Should be okay now, Scotty. I don't know. I don't think you ever met Scott.
I haven't.
No, Scotty's from Southern California.
Oh no.
And he came over here first time, fact checking.
Okay.
7 days.
Nice.
Okay. And we met up in the cabana, then the pool a few times. And Scotty's pretty good. Like he's got his whole checklist,
Okay.
and he's going through and he's checking everything off, telling me, this, and this. And he says, yeah, after 7 days, he says, okay, I know what I'm doing now.
Nice.
So he's back home, tidying everything up, getting things, his ducks in a row and coming back to jump in.
So that's for retirement or a long stay?
Retirement.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good for you,
I
Scotty.
think he's a musician. Smart guy, though. Yep.
Good job.
Kyle says, good day, everyone. Good day, Kyle. Hammerhead the bassist. Cooper's videos are great, but these lives tend to go off the rails.
You guys asked, we'll answer.
Yeah. We try and stick with whatever questions are asked, right? So hopefully we don't get too far off the rails here. Hammerhead. Tim P. Good evening, Brooke, Alpha, Coop, and Darlene. Greetings from frozen Edmonton, Alberta. We both know that place well, don't we?
Sure do.
Hope you folks are well. We are well.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. What's the temperature out in Alberta right now? How much snow do you have? That'd be interesting.
Yeah, snow up in frozen Alberta.
Mm-hmm. Go Oilers, go.
Rodney, hello, Coop, Brooke, Darlene, and the special guest, Alfa Romeo. Hello, Rodney. CJ NYC, Money Honey. What would he be referring to?
I'm not sure. I never heard that one before.
No money, no honey.
Big smile.
Yeah, big smile. Ford Dog. Hello, Mr. Schneider, Mr. Alpha. All Canuck live stream. Have a good stream. 28 days, but who's counting?
That's it. Oh, congratulations.
I'll take over for you, Alpha.
Go Team Canada.
Yeah, when you guys get here, anybody wanting to be a special guest, just put your hand up. We'll be happy to talk to you. Okay, let's see here. We have Roger the Dodger. Roger Walker. Good morning, Darlene, Coop, Brooke, and Alpha, and everyone else.
Hello,
good morning, Roger. Yeah, we met Roger down on Beach Road.
Yep.
Yeah, we were having a coffee, and he came walking by and introduced himself. Frank T. How's Cooper, and when will he be back on the live stream? Cooper, how are you, Cooper? He gave me the thumbs up, guys. He's pretty swollen still. He's obviously gumming it and talks with a bit of a lisp. So, I was going to invite him on as a guest speaker today, but he kind of declined, and we thought it best. And Alpha jumped up and says, I'll do it.
I'm a team player.
Yeah, no, he's getting better, guys. He's in good spirits, which is important. So, Scotty Richmond, good morning, Brooke and Alpha. Good morning, Scotty. Scotty Richmond again. My apologies. I accidentally muted my computer. Okay, sound was off, and he wondered why. Scotty Richmond, my apologies. Oh yeah, he did that. Yeah. Ovid Larson, Sweden. That's where he's from, with Norwegian parents. Well, good for you, Ovid.
Another good hockey country.
Yep. Mike says, good morning, guys. Good morning, Mike. Frank T again. When will the construction be done on Beach Road? Any update on that?
Not that I know of. I don't know what the time frame or construction, to be honest.
They're making pretty good progress, but I would say it's going to be another 2 to 3 months, maybe more.
Yeah. So after high season. And then
probably at the end of high season, you'd think it'd be done by then, sure. But it does work. I mean, I've been down there many times on the bike, and it's fine to get around. I, don't have an issue with it.
Yeah, they move. That's good.
The thing I'm wondering about is whether they're going to continue with the one-way traffic, or they'll go back to what they originally had, which was two-way. I kind of like the one-way better.
Nice and easy. Up one way, down the other. Yep. Everything flows pretty good.
Brooke, Edmonton is minus 22 centigrade with wind chill to minus 28. My countdown to leaving is coming fast enough. Can't come fast enough, probably.
Tim, I know the feeling. Believe me.
You'll notice a huge difference here. I mean, you get off the plane and the gangway, you'll feel the heat, the warmth, the humidity. And now that we're accustomed to it, we love it.
Yeah.
but you know, it might be a bit of a shock compared to where you're coming from initially.
So, do we know if Tim P's been here before, or is this his first time here?
Timmy, let us know if you've been here before, or this is your first time. Maybe you're already aware of all this.
Let's tell Tim it's a great feeling when you get off the plane, you just step out onto the, not the tarmac, the tunnel, I guess, and the heat and humidity hits you. It's a big smile. It's hot and warm. You're like, oh, I'm here. So
yeah,
really
home
nice
sweet
feeling.
home.
Yep.
Ford Dog, quick question for you, Miss Schneider. I was going to schedule a full health screening when I get there. I couldn't remember which you recommended, Jomtien Hospital or Bangkok. I would say Jomtien initially. They both will do it. It just, I think the pricing is a little more affordable at Jomtien, and you basically, you know, for blood work and your scans, you're getting the same benefits. If you need a specialist, or you know, there was something they caught and they needed a specialist to look at it, you're going to go to Bangkok. That's where the specialists are. But I mean, I've had 2 screenings done full body at Jomtien, and I'm happy with it. And the hospitals are linked so that the information goes between them should you need to visit, which I've had to do Bangkok. And oh yeah, they pulled up Bangkok Hospital. Yeah, not Bangkok City. Sorry, guys. Bangkok Hospital is the actually name of the chain, and it's in a lot of the different cities in Thailand. So Bangkok Hospital, Pattaya is, you know, is what I'm referring to when I say that. Good point. Thanks,
You know what, Brooke, with with the topic finding love in Thailand. So as far as the hospital goes, a great place to find maybe your partner, nurses, educated, on the ball. It's a good place.
Speak
Instead
English,
of
a lot of them.
speak
No,
English,
there's a
yeah.
good point. You know, Romeo just brought up. So
Other-
you're, you know, looking for love in Thailand. What better place than a hospital?
That's
You
it.
know, you're going to get good care.
Hospital, grocery stores, certain businesses that you might want to
Maybe malls,
Malls,
possibly.
exactly,
You
yeah,
know,
all
so
that.
yeah, there's different locations too,
But-
guys.
The topic, the word love, is a wordplay. It doesn't necessarily mean between a man and a woman, or a man and a man, a woman or a woman. It's about everything.
Sure.
Love the weather, love the country, love the food, love the
okay.
houses, the condominiums, the lifestyle, the cheapness, the affordability.
I got it. Okay. How's
You
that?
probably didn't hear a word of that. Next, please. Ernest Jones. Howdy, folks from Oklahoma City. I was in Tulsa one time. Dr. Carlo. Hello, guys. And Darlene, I hope Coop recovers soon. Yes, we all do.
And thank you, Dr. Carlo. I'm doing better, but still speaking with a lisp. So I'll let these 2 guys do the talking for me. But thank you for all the support everybody's given. I do appreciate it. Oh,
Now, what'd you do?
yeah.
Bear with us.
Can't do. What did you do, Brooke?
I didn't touch it.
I'm gonna have to come back in.
Okay.
Sorry.
We'll be back in a minute.
There
We're back. Everyone still hear us okay?
Can you make that a little bigger?
Yep. 1 second. There we go.
There we go.
And you were there.
Frank T's next. Frank T, we're back. Is it true that you can do your 90-day reporting online after the first 90-day reporting? Yes, I believe that's true, which is required to be done at the immigration office. You want us to talk on that?
So I haven't done 90-day reporting yet because I haven't, unfortunately, hasn't been here that
Oh,
long.
yeah, you haven't.
I believe. But my understanding is, if I'm wrong, the first one is you have to do it in person. And then after that, the other depends what visa and whatnot you might have. You have to do it online, or if you have a certain visa, you can give it to
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
The first
Personnel may
one,
do it.
you need to do physical show up so that they actually see you with your passport, and then after that you can do the online. Now I tried the online. This was after I had done several physical reportings. Check out this online, and I did everything up, and I answered all the questions, and I sent it in, and they don't get an answer right away. They'll say, we'll let you know within 24, 48 hours, whatever it was. So I think it was a day and a half later. Denied, please attend the local immigration office. And I'm thinking, Jesus, what now? So I met Singh down there because, again, I was a little, not worried, but saying, hey, why did this? And so he explained to me, he got it all done anyways. Because we had gone out of the country and come back, I needed to upload that entry stamp to show the days.
Oh, no kidding.
So that, once I heard that, it did make sense. So, if you're doing a regular reporting 90 days, that should be fine, guys. But if you've gone and come back, whatever, and you've got a new stamp in there that's not related to, say, in my case, a retirement stamp, they wanted to see the last time you visited, or,
So Brooke, that's because they start the 90 days again.
Yes.
So the information's different.
Yes, they'll start the 90 days, obviously, from the last day, or the first day you arrived, I guess,
then,
back.
Say you go out and you did that, and you come back. If it's not your first time ever doing a check-in, you have to start that process again and go physically.
No, I could have done the, if I had have uploaded the proper page from my passport, they would have had all the information they need to say, oh yeah, this guy hasn't overstayed. It kind of looked like I had overstayed on the report, even though I had been out of the country and back and started over. And so, it was a simple walkthrough once Singh went in, got it stamped, came back, because they saw everything physical. He said, now next time, just upload this page here if you travel, and then you're good to go.
Having Singh on your side is a positive thing. For sure.
Okay, and Coop says there's a 3-week grace period, 1 week before and 2 weeks before, 1 week after. So to eliminate any big fines. CJ from New York City, have you seen the flooding in Koh Samui? We did. We saw it on the news, actually. Boy, it looked kind of wicked down there. Are there any expats on here who considered Kanam and all the coastal areas south from Hua Hin? That'd be interesting. If there is. Yeah. Beautiful. We took a drive down there one time, and it was very interesting.
I spent some time there in Hua Hin.
Yeah.
Ko Nan, I don't think. Doesn't sound
any flooding when you were there, or?
It's beautiful.
No.
It's
I
beautiful.
didn't notice
beaches,
anything
sunny.
like that, but
it's really, really good.
It I would think too, guys, a lot of these questions, if you're certain areas like this one you're looking at, you can get on the Facebook page, the Coopersthaiadventure community group. You have to be a subscriber to join, but you get on there, and these questions, there'll probably be several people that will comment that have been there and done that. So you get a nice smattering of comments on that. Works good. And it's all positive. Tim P, all the best, Coop. Looking forward to the new grinning smile. Doug Paris, Coop looks like he's got a chew-in. Hunter Orion, evening from Omaha, Nebraska. Snow flurries today in Omaha. Wow. Warm and sunny on January 21st. Okay. Guess who's coming on January 21st? Countdown's on. Dr. Carlo, did your dentist recommend a mouth rinse?
Yes.
Yeah. Says yes. Doug Paris again. Coop, when all is done with your teeth, you'll have to give an experience report. Will do, he says. Yeah, we'll be dying to hear. Mike says, is Coop going to be okay for the next meet and greet at Fraser's next week? Yes, absolutely. He'll be there with a big grin and smile on his face and dentures, according to him. So, yeah, we'll be there. We're looking forward to that. It's going to be a fun time. That's the 24th. It's Christmas Eve at 6 p.m. at Fraser's on Second Road. And it's always a great time, great turnout. You'll make lots of new friends there. And yeah, it's good. To Prior Road. Okay, well. Nicholas, looking for love in Thailand is a fool's errand. Well, some people would definitely agree with you on that, Nicholas. And I've had expats who've told me that. But others, no, they would disagree.
Experiences. Some people have good experiences, some don't. And
Yeah.
rightfully so, right?
Like all countries.
Yeah. That's
Some
right.
people have good experiences and some don't. So, yep, it's a lot of it's up to the individual too. You know, you just keep your wits about you. And I mean, like anything, there's scammers all over. There's scammers in the West, scammers in the Philippines, scammers in Thailand. So, you know, just keep your wits about you and
Common sense.
common sense. Yep.
Really good.
Romeo's right. Common sense. Nicholas, respectfully, looking for is a fool's errand. Okay, Nicholas. CJ NYC, Side Trip Life Blogger covers that area, and it's amazing and more affordable than Pattaya. Well, I don't know about more affordable. Pattaya is pretty affordable, in my opinion.
Yeah, it might be a little bit less expensive on some things. Other things are a little bit more expensive just because of the population, whatever they're doing there. But I think, excuse me. But the Side Trip guy, he's a Canadian from Vancouver who lives here now.
Okay.
And he does a lot of Wahin and PKK, I'll say it wrong, Pritchard Carry-Con.
Pratchett
Practice.
Carry-Con.
Pratchett Carry-Con. So
Yeah.
PKK, but yeah, it's a great area. I mean, I didn't go that far down. I've been to Wahin. I liked it. A little bit slower for me, but if you like that, it's just really nice. Beaches are beautiful. If you're into golfing's great. Cycling down there is good because it's not as much traffic and whatnot. But yeah, other than that, it's that's a nice area.
There's lots of lovely areas in Thailand, and I think any area we go to is affordable. Some might be more expensive. I think Bangkok, most people would say and agree, is definitely more expensive.
Yeah.
But the one thing I find at Jomtien, it's kind of the best of both worlds. There's enough here if you want a Western style diet or coffee shops, restaurants, you got it. And if you want the quietness of, say, Bang Saray or the small, towns, you got it. So it's not the hustle bustle of Pattaya, and it's not the quiet life in Bang Saray. It's kind of the happy medium.
It has all the amenities and like you said, everything.
Yeah.
If you want to take it easy or whatever, they have that. If you want Thai style food, Russian food, Italian, French, I mean, they have everything. Indian, everything from.
Yeah, and Wahin was good. We saw a lot of nice areas in Wahin. A lot of retirees down there, happy people. They, a lot of them said it's just as affordable there, if not a little cheaper. But that's all relative, guys. Hey, listen, you save a few baht here and there, it's not the end of the world, or it's not going to make a huge difference. The one thing I will say, we were down in Onang, and I'll tell you, to me, that was like young people, backpackers. Whoa, they love that place. Probably a jump off point for Koh Samui, but that to me was way more of a younger crowd than I would say was here.
They also have, I think, that's where the full moon party is.
Full
right?
moon party
Yeah,
down
on the
there.
beach. Yeah,
Down there,
on the
okay.
beach. So that's why it's a big attraction.
Yeah.
So
Big
that's
attraction.
huge
Yeah.
attraction, and that draws that type of
Interesting.
clientele. Yeah, that's good.
Good to know. CJ NYC, the beaches are empty and paradise. I think he's talking down south there, is he?
Yeah.
CJ is cheaper. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Doug Paris, I researched PKK. It's a beautiful place. I'm sure it is. There's lots of beautiful places in Thailand, guys. You'll see that.
I think in PKK as well. Now they have the last few years, they have a music festival and a lot of Thai musicians, and then now they're bringing in some international musicians as well. So that's it's a big it's a big ordeal.
Big draw
event.
there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really nice.
Frank T, how would one go about finding a nurse as a girlfriend since you can't hang around a hospital like them all?
I'll answer that one.
Frankie, as long as you're willing to chat with a nice smile, you just start asking, excuse me, ma'am, do you have a boyfriend, by the way? And that might get the job done. Could I get your number? You know, your line number?
Frank says, how do I go about getting it?
Yeah.
Frank, you hang out at the hospital just before the parking lot, whatever, and all the staff and nurses come out for the lunch with all the food carts, and that's where you happen to go up and say, oh, what are you eating today? And it's done.
Yeah, there you go.
You
It's,
eat with them. They
yeah.
have their own cafeteria
Yeah,
at the hospital.
that's right. But a lot of them will come outside because I like the street food, a certain whatever cuisine they want. And you'll see them all in their uniforms, all smiling, whatever. Yeah.
Like Romeo said, hey, hit the cafeteria, hit the food stalls outside the hospital at lunchtime, and you just happen to grab a bite to eat with them, and you're just chewing away, and everyone's conversing, and you never know. CJ NYC, 20 to 40 minutes south of Wahin.
Yep.
Yeah.
PKK.
PKK. Okay, yeah, we drove by that area.
drove by.
Yep. Doug Paris, yeah, the music festival is a big deal down there. Apparently it is.
You got it, Doug.
And Throckmorton, there's Annie. What's funny to me is that Banks Ray is spoken of as a whole other town, which it is, but as someone soon moving there, gosh, back in Atlanta, people drive further than that to work. Oh yeah, back in the West, it was even, I mean, I used to drive 30, 35 minutes to work. You're probably, well, you're a little closer. You were an hour. There you go. But yeah, that's not a big deal driving, it didn't seem. But Banks Ray is fairly close to Jomtien. You just, you know, doesn't seem like a big distance away.
Roughly half an hour? Not
20
even?
minutes.
20 minutes probably, yeah.
Yeah,
But I know my first time there, I thought, oh man, this is a nice, quaint fishing village. You know what I mean? You really got, the beaches were beautiful, and I'm sure, and I'm positive, and they know they have great seafood restaurants there.
Isn't it where the gentleman went to where they had the coffee and the craft beer place? Was it in Banks Ray? When he did the bike ride down? Was it down there?
That was Coffee Tales. That was on the way down. We stopped at that Coffee
We smoked
Tail.
the coffee. And
Yeah, and they had, that was interesting. Yeah.
Is that on the way to Banks Ray?
That's on the way to Banks Ray.
That's where you were.
Yeah. But no, Banks Ray is nice. It's a little quieter, and we've had subscribers move there and absolutely love it. Yeah. I would say on average they're, you know, my age or older, and they're looking for a lot quieter. You know, they're not into the nightlife, and they're tickled pink there. So there's something for everybody. Fred Quinn, I have seen on some video signs advertising Thai massages for 200 baht. That seems like an unbelievable price. Is that true?
It's actually better. There's Thai places that even I go to that's 100 baht.
100 baht,
And
Romeo
the massages
says.
are amazing.
Wow.
Yep.
American.
Yep. And then typically, you don't have to, but typically what I do is, because I think it's so inexpensive, I have the same Thai lady who does my shoulders or whatever, whatever I'm doing, sports and whatnot. Great. Knows what you like done. So, you know, if I have an injury on a certain side, whatever, you just tell her, and she always remembers it's good, or, you know, excellent. And I just tip her. She makes the 100 from the
Massage
establishment, and I give her 100 baht tip. So it's
wow.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not that bad.
And guys, here, I mean, tipping is not expected.
No.
However, when you get here and you'll realize how inexpensive things are, as well as the fact they don't make, the average Thai doesn't make a great salary compared to us in the West. It's not going to hurt your budget to tip them 100 baht. And you want to believe, man, you'll get, oh, thank you. Like they're fantastic people, and they'll remember you. That's the other thing. You know.
Well, this is just it. Now that you said they'll remember you, it's you don't have to be a local. Sorry, local, but sorry. The once you do that, and they're so appreciative when they're busy. And there's times where you go there and they'll say, "Come back in an hour or two," because there's a lot of people. You know, going. You kind of show up. It's like, "Oh, I'll be ready in 10 minutes." Even though, you know, so you kind of get priority as well.
You might get a bit of priority, as Romeo says. Yep.
And that's for a full hour.
Yeah.
That's for a full hour. So imagine that compared to the West. What do you know, $100, 60, $100, 80?
It's
Crazy.
amazing. No.
Robert Pierpont, anyone considering Kanorn? It's great if you like more solitude, calm and quiet, and in town many menus are only in Thai. Not a whole lot of English speaking there either. So that can happen in some of the areas that are rural areas, let's say.
That's closer to PK.
I would say, Robert, post that question on the Facebook group page again, Coopersthaiadventure, on the Facebook community, and you get some answers if that's an area you're considering. There's 1,700 people now on that. Scotty Richmond talking about high season. I saw a local YouTuber saying that things are slower than normal this season. What say you?
Well, I can on two fronts. One, depends what you mean on slower. It's really difficult, I won't say almost impossible, to try and get a rental spot or accommodations. A little bit tougher, that's for sure. Now, as far as the people, I think there's still as many people here. Yeah, about the same. I think maybe though some of the restaurants are always busy, but maybe some of the bars or whatnot, or beer gardens or whatnot, might be a little bit lighter this year, because you see not the big groups like you would see, and then serve, maybe you had to wait 10 seconds to get a beer or a Coca-Cola or whatever. But I think it's a little more spread out now. And I also think that I read that a lot more, it's the people now coming to Pattaya specifically are trying now to venture to different parts of Thailand. So that's why it's getting a little more spread out. So
a little spread out.
My, whatever, different places, not the top three, if you will, right?
Well, it's funny. Chinese are the biggest tourists in numbers that come to Thailand every year. And the Chinese economy is really hurting. And I suspect maybe their numbers are down. But you're right, as far as the accommodations, I was even looking, for, various individuals, yourself included. And boy, it was tough. Everybody wanted 6 months or a year. The short terms weren't there. However, when you get to low season, it's dead almost, it seems. But I've noticed the traffic to me seems a lot worse. But then again, probably I'm comparing to low season when it's not an issue getting around. But there seems to be a lot of traffic. But I do hear that volumes are down, as far as restaurants and that. So I guess the numbers will eventually come out. But I think just with the world economy, the flights seem to be quite expensive.
That's a big one.
People that maybe said, well, hey, we can do 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Well, maybe they can only do 10 days or a week now, because everything else is so much more money compared to what they're used to paying. But again, probably the biggest thing that I see is a lot less Chinese tourists here.
Yep.
I remember last year you'd see rows of Chinese buses.
Yeah,
they all look the same. They're all painted, 5 buses in a row going down the main drag, and you're right. You'd see the people flag down at the thing with the flag up, and I think, well, what is that? Well, they're all following the tour guide. They're all Chinese. Geez, you don't see that much anymore. Maybe there's 1 or 2 buses, and
But the volume, like you said, it's not the
volume's
same.
not there.
The traffic. I've been taking the Uber, the Grabs, and it's busy. Like trying to get usually not bad. You wait a few minutes, pick you up. But this time, we had it says maybe 5 minutes till 10. Then they cancel because they got another ride.
Wow.
Wait again for dinner and stuff. But yeah, it's still moving.
Yeah, you're out at busy time of the night though sometimes, so that might make a difference. But yeah, it's high season,
but it's all good. That's for sure.
CJNYC, check out the Camper Resort for a super cool place on the beach to stay and hang out. I think, is he referring down to that other place he was looking at, maybe? Yeah. So anyways, guys, any more comments? Go ahead and fire away. In the meantime, we'll just
learn more about Alfa Romeo.
Yeah.
Sure. If you have any questions or anything.
Now, you're still working a bit. Well,
I'm working
still working full time, basically.
But I like the way you're thinking. A bit sounds good to me, Brooke.
Yeah.
But I'm working on that.
Oh.
So I'm still working. You could take a little bit of an extended holidays. So I take my holidays during the Christmas break. So I close up shop and everybody for the office and warehouse for 2 weeks. Then I come over here for a little bit longer.
And how old are you now?
54.
54. Yeah. So, and you have a plan for retirement, I would assume?
Yeah.
Like a date?
Yeah, tomorrow would be great.
Tomorrow would be great,
but how's 2:30?
Yeah, that's what time's lunch? No, I don't want to go back to work. I'm good with that. But yeah, maybe a couple more years, if that, and then we'll
Now, would you be looking at easing into retirement, or just kind of, hey, that's it, cut the cord and away I go, or have you thought about that?
still in the plans. Yeah, it's kind of maybe easing it in. I'll probably still do a little bit of work. So I can still travel a little bit, right? As you know, I fly quite a bit, so for work in Europe and whatnot. But I'm already putting the steps in there now.
Oh, good.
So certain people go to meetings and certain people don't, so they already have that discussion, contingency plan. So it's all set up. So that'd be good, and yeah, just see how things work out.
Good.
The nice, I think the short plan, like you said before, would be, I would like is all my Canadian winters and whatnot be in Thailand, and then go home. So I still have family and everything else back home, right?
Yes.
So you see that and take care of whatever business stuff or whatever Canadian stuff you have to do. So yeah, that's the plan.
Now you have a partner in your business.
I do.
And hopefully, I had a partner in mind. Just a quick scenario there, and I had a kind of a plan. 55, I wanted to be retired, and luckily, I was able to do that. But about the last 4 years, I started slowly stepping out, and I was turning over more percentage, more work, say, to my partner. I was taking a little less money, but more holidays. And at that time, I was spending it in Florida. And hell, if I had known Thailand was like this, I would have been coming here. But that seemed to work good because each year I'd get more and more holidays, which I wanted. So I was able to ease into retirement. Because I had heard stories about guys that, hey, they just cut the cord. That's it. They're out of there. And my God, I guess they didn't have a plan or didn't know what to do after, a few months. They're bored, who knows? So,
well, that's the other thing. I mean, if you're used to, working like everyone does, or every day, or whatever your responsibilities are, or your job, I think it's like coming on holidays. I asked you guys before. I'm here for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, whatever. It's different. I'm on vacation. And it is what it is. I know I'm going back. But once you're off for that long and not working anymore, my brain and my everything else is still like kind of work mode. So when I get up every day, what do? It's great for a little while, but this is why I said before that you need to find some kind of hobbies, something to do. Go for your walks, bike, whatever, tennis, whatever your thing is. Find some people, and so you're busy. I mean, that's we're still young enough to do.
Yeah, you want to, as Romeo says, you definitely want to have a plan and a hobby. And a hobby is not going to the bar at 10 a.m. having a beer, starting the day off.
It might be for some people, but
might be for some people, but that's probably not a real good plan, let's say.
That's good.
So, but no, that's good. So, anyways, you got your plan, and I find that interesting because I think that's a smart plan as far as 6 months in Thailand, and that would be the Canadian winter,
right?
And 6 months back in Canada.
Right.
So I was kind of doing the same thing, but only with Florida for the winter. And again, if I had known this was here, man, I would do it here. So, if any Canadians listening, that is a great plan to have the best of both worlds, because your weather would be ideal in both places, guys. Seriously, it would.
So I mean, it's as much as I like the hot weather in here, at times they're like, okay, let's change it up because we come from a country that has 4 seasons. So that's, part of the plus to that. So I get to go home for the 6 months, see family, do what I have to do there. I come back here in the wintertime. Obviously, that's the benefit. And then obviously, Pin, my girlfriend, she can come over for 6 months in Canada. Well, it's a little bit warmer.
Yep. Experience benefits of that.
We come back here. She's still here for her family and to touch base and everything else. So it's the best of both worlds, right?
Yep. And maybe there's some way you could incorporate a bit of work in there at the same time to no. Let's call it consulting. Get out.
No. Maybe.
Yeah.
You gotta do something.
Scotty says, what are travel options for seeing all the sites near Phuket, Koh Samui, from Pattaya? Do you have to drive? Are there flights? You got Rayon Airport, Coop says. I'm sure, there is buses that would definitely take you down there. And I know a couple of the expats have just rented cars. The car rentals here seem to be fairly inexpensive. So
and you got the overnight ferry too.
And overnight ferry. So there's options and ways to do that. Bit of planning obviously would be in order for that.
So Scott, I've been to all those places you mentioned there, and typically if I'm on a shorter duration being here, a couple of weeks or not, and I kind of fly everywhere. So I flew to Phuket, flew to Samui, Koh Samui, into Krabi, and around up north, obviously. But that's my thing.
And how did you travel there? By car or flying?
Sorry, by flying. Yeah, flights. Yeah.
So it depends how long you have. As Romeo said, if you're here for a long duration, you've got less expensive options than flying. If you're on a short-term visit and you want to take a lot in, as Romeo did, you just hop on the flights because you're there within a couple hours.
And
Maybe less.
from here it's about
45 minutes, yeah.
And the other good thing too, though, is the duration and the location of it. If you're here in Pattaya or Jomtien, and if you want to go to Bangkok, 2-hour bus ride, 2.5 maybe, or car ride. From there, you can go down to Hua Hin. From here, it's maybe 3 hours. So it's nice and close. I mean, no problem. Hire a driver, off you go, hands free. They take care of you.
Everyone should, when they get here, check out other areas because that gives you the certainty that the area you're picking is the one you should be in. So definitely, Frank T says, Alfa Romeo, how long have you been coming to Thailand and how frequently each year? Well, there you go. Do you just come to Pattaya Jomtien?
Hey, Frank. So my first trip here was in 2016. And every year since then, I've been back. And maybe 2008, a year or two after that, I usually come twice a year. So I would come for we'll call it Christmas or winter holidays here. So that's one. And then typically I do some business in Europe. So while I'm over there, I kind of take an extra week, and it's halfway across to get here. So it's a little bit closer. So I would come over here for, say, a week or 10 days. So typically 2 weeks, 2 times a year. And then as far as the location, I've been to Pattaya, Jomtien. I like to move around and see the countryside. So I've been up north to the Isan section, Chiang Mai. Haven't been to Chiang Rai yet, but it's right beside it. And then down south to the islands, Phuket, Koh Samui, Krabi, Inudon Thani, Isan.
So you've definitely been around a lot of Thailand. You've seen it. And you find this area to your liking?
Yeah. So this, as a foreigner or Westerner coming here, it has all the amenities, and you have the best of everything. So if you want to be a little quieter or whatever, go to Bang Sarai down the street, if you will. If you want a little more party life, downtown Pattaya, right?
Yep.
So it's nice. If you're a little more higher end or whatever, they got excellent hotels like that in north and south. But the north of Pattaya has great hotels, the Hilton, Sofitel, and all that.
We've been in some wicked condos. Now, they're a little pricey, but if you have the budget, man, you've got everything you need. And compared to the West, it's crazy.
But like you said, but it has everything. So from whatever budget to all the way up, and food, and different international food, they have everything. It's great. I mean, from Swiss, Italian, German food, and pick it, Indian.
And you're here more than once a year, like you said. When your travels, you try and stop in for what, a week at a time, 5 days, or
maybe a week, maybe 10 days.
Okay, a week to 10 days, and then your big one is kind of now where you. And this is your longest. You're like what, 7 weeks? Is it?
Oh, I don't know, 40-something, 50-something days yet.
Oh yeah,
we don't want to say that too loud because work's watching.
He's very happy, especially when he's on his way coming over. He's packed a month in advance and sitting by the door, and then he gets here and thank heavens. And I can bet you dollars to donuts, a few days before he's leaving. I don't want to go. Anyways, a big shout out here to Scotty Richmond, who's bought 3 coffees for the channel. 1, 2, 3. Great show today with Alfa Romeo. Thanks again for all you guys do. Well, thank you, Scotty.
Thanks, Scotty.
Great support. Thank you very much. And we look forward to seeing you when you're back here, probably in the pool. Scotty likes the pool.
Maybe I'll tell the subscribers and everyone watching. The only really bad day, and no joke, I had in Thailand is the day I have to leave.
The only bad day he has is the day he's got to leave.
No joke.
And I hear that every single week. Everyone.
Yeah. Hanging on to the walls in the airport, don't want to leave. Yes. you've probably seen some of it, but that there's an escalator for international. And everyone goes out, and it's the worst set of stairs you ever got to take.
Worst set of stairs, the
Departure.
escalator.
Yeah. Oh,
The one thing too, and I don't think it's mentioned enough, in our area, we seem to miss a lot of these storms they get. I mean, you know, you see in the news south of Thailand, it's flooded. You know, we didn't get those massive rains, so we seem to be in a, I don't know whether it's a system or a valley or whatever it is, where we don't really get the massive flooding and massive rains they seem to get. Mudslides, yeah, no, it seems to be ideally. Someone said we're kind of like they miss us, they go around us all the time. So, well, that's kind of good to know. Freddie Quinn says, my research has shown that flying on Japan Airlines out of LAX with one stop in Japan is the quickest, lowest cost, and best service airline from the US to Thailand. Any thoughts on low-cost airfare? Well, what do? You book through Air Miles, don't you?
yeah, I do both, Fred. So I'm in Canada, so I'm not on the West Coast like you are. I'm in Toronto. But for me, I typically fly the Star Alliance network only because the airlines I choose for the points and whatnot. But Japan Airlines, I've been on it, excellent. Because of Star Alliance, I fly on ANA, which is the other Japanese airline. Amazing airlines, you know, really good. As far as your and the cost, so I typically fly Star Alliance, so I'm kind of geared towards that. So whatever the prices are there. But yeah, so from the US, I'm not too sure about, but from Canada at least, it's pretty close, and that's what I do. And like anything else with the pricing, typically, if you book out as far as you can, you usually get the best price you can, unless it's a sale and you get lucky. But I would definitely book as far out as you can, and then you have some options too.
Yeah.
Right? So that's a big one to get a lower cost.
I would add to that, like I do when I'm looking at flights, as Romeo says, try and book it. You know, you're going 5 months, 6 months down the road, start looking now. And I use tools like Skyscanner. At least they'll list all the airlines that are going there to the destination on the dates that I want. And sometimes, you know, my dates typically would be flexible. So, you want to check either side of when you're going and coming back for better value, let's say. And then what I do is I'll find, oh, geez, this airline had the best deal. I'll call the airline directly. So I don't book through the Skyscanner site or Travel Hub or Ticket Hub, whatever. You call the airline directly. And quite often, I mean, I've had better deals calling the airline, but at least they'll typically match it or they'll have the same price. And that way you're dealing directly with the airline. So, but anyways, that's an idea on that. But John Bain at Scott Richmond, you have to fly to the islands from Bangkok or the north or from your country. You can fly from Rayon to Koh Samui, apparently, Coop says. So, and Phuket. Okay, well, that's good to know.
Yeah. So maybe he's referring to if you do go to, so I've done it a few times. If you go to Samui, it's pretty sure it's in Phuket now. I think only it's Bangkok Airways that has the rights to do it.
Oh.
So then you have to fly either from a certain airport, and they don't go from Dang Muang.
No,
right? They used to, and that might get changed.
Okay, so they're switching.
So certain
now.
Airlines that have the contract.
Okay,
so that's for sure.
But John might have a good point there. I think they're switching.
Yeah.
John Bain at Fred Quinn, LA will have non-stops to Bangkok in February. So will New York City.
Nice.
So New York City or LA direct flights right to Bangkok. That's interesting.
So it's kind of like, because from LA, it's from like me coming from Vancouver.
Yeah.
Flying direct over, but I have to go Toronto to Vancouver, but Vancouver's direct. And yeah, if it's from New York City, that's good for us too. That's in the east.
Yeah, that would be quick flight to Toronto to New York City.
Option,
shouldn't be too long, and then hop on. J.E. Washington, good day, gentlemen. Alfa Romeo, I'm sure there will be room on my flight retirement June 2028. More than welcome to join me.
Yeah, there we go.
There, he's got a plan.
He's
2028, that'll be here before you know it.
That's for sure.
Yep. James McConnell, you can fly Rayon outside Pattaya, yes, to Phuket. Yep.
Is it Bangkok Airways only?
I think AirAsia does it too.
Oh, they do. Okay.
Yes.
Could be AirAsia and or Bangkok Airways. Yeah.
I did make a video of it on the channel, so I'd have to go back and look at the actual flight list.
Yeah.
But I did see that they do go to Phuket.
Oh, good. Yeah, because typically I'm in Bangkok, so from there I have to fly them.
Yeah.
But it's from Bangkok, but from here, if you're closer, you have that.
Now, another way to get there would be riding a bicycle, would it not?
Yeah, I don't think you can go across the water though.
No,
not-
because
There
It's
is
a little snow.
would you that shirt you have on Pinarello that's a bicycle, isn't it?
Yes,
Is that something you're promoting?
Yeah.
That's his business, guys.
the first one on the pile that was clean? I put it on. this
Yeah,
morning
put it on.
at 6
Okay.
a.m. So yeah.
Pinarello, high-end bikes. Good for you.
Yeah.
The Jambane, there's also a ton of Russians and Ukrainians in Jomtien in wheelchairs, mobility scooters, and powered chairs.
Absolutely right.
Young at heart. Yeah. As we were talking earlier, I mean, I didn't ask what nationality they were, but boy, all of those situations, mobility scooters, the wheelchairs we've seen, and the powered chairs, as I mentioned, there's lots of them, and so, yeah. And everybody seems to have an attendant or friend that's there caring for them. So that's
But how nice is that too? I mean, even at Jomtien Beach or Pattaya Beach that you see, if you're walking, doing some exercise, walking along the strip, it's nice to see that even the people in a wheelchair or whatever mobility they may have assistance, but they're there at the beach. And it's nice. At least they're taking in the air or looking at things go by, instead of being, locked up in wintertime in my house and can't go outside or whatever.
Or an assisted living facility,
beautiful.
good chance of getting out of there. In the winter, you never would.
Mhm.
Yeah, Thailand's quite nice. As Romeo said, boy, you see them down at the beach and be able to take in the sounds of the, the sounds, the sun, the daylight.
We've seen a big change in the last 2 years. Amount of scooters on the road.
Yeah.
I agree. That's what I was
Coop
saying
just
earlier.
mentioned we've seen a huge difference. And you're right, because, we're going on over 2 years now. A huge increase in the amount of these scooters,
But if you notice, even when now that you park, you always see the scooters or mountain bikes, the motorcycles or scooters, right? But now you see those electric e-bikes or chairs or whatever, for them.
Yeah.
For the mobility too. And you see them park, they're having their meeting or they're having their get together, which is great. Part of the community.
Yep. So definitely any less expensive in that situation in Thailand than it is even in the West. So, and the weather's ideal year round for people like that.
Right.
So you get a brand new e-bike for about $1,000.
Yeah. Here. That's good. Yeah,
I forget what Bubba paid for his, but even with the extra batteries, he bought good lithium batteries.
Okay.
He tours all around on that thing.
Oh.
I tried to run him off the road a couple times.
No luck.
No luck, no.
Run, Bubba, run.
Run, Bubba, run. Good one. Frank T. Alfa Romeo, are you Airbnb-ing this trip since it's so difficult to find short-term accommodation? How did you find your housing this time?
Well, Frank, let me tell you, I did find Airbnb. I had a kind of a difficult time nailing down on accommodations. So I had to kind of twist someone's arm over here to bring me in. So he was nice enough to let me in and take over his place. Right?
Yes. Alpha's been residing with me, for a few nights now. That's okay. And, it was so difficult finding accommodation, he twists my arm behind me. Okay, you can stay. No, we're happy to have him. He's a good guy.
That's all good.
Yeah, and the reason is, guys, a lot of the accommodations here in high season now, they want 6 months or 1 year contracts. Well, if you're short term like Romeo, no. So you got to keep looking and looking and looking. And I told Alpha, Romeo, I says, listen, don't try. I wouldn't book online. I'd come here, boots on the ground, go knocking on doors, which you did, and you ended up finding at least January, and then another 10 or 12 days at another place that's going to work for you. So, but in the meantime, you got a roof over your head.
Yeah, appreciate it. The other thing, though, is for maybe the people that are watching, because we've been here long enough, we think of short-term rentals or a short-term a short-term rental of 6 months or longer. That's a long time for most people that get 2 weeks vacation. So some people when you come for 2 weeks, maybe 3, some a month, but it's a little bit misrepresented with the short term. 2 months is, to me, 2 months isn't a short term rental, but
No.
because you're here on vacation, right? So but let's see. The duration's a little bit different here, but
there's not as many, it seems, as other years. Maybe because the idea has changed how the landlords want to put the places out there, but
maybe there are a lot longer residents going from 6 months now.
I think there is.
I believe that.
Yeah.
So that's one.
I mean, you get expats here; they quickly see how affordable it is, how happy they are, and they decide, hey, I want to stay. I mean, Paul, he's from Scotland, and he was only here like a week. Geez, decided to get a retirement visa, booked a 1 year, condo. So it does happen pretty quickly once they realize.
Hey, Romeo, Bubba says he can't hear you. Talk up.
Oh, okay. All right, Bubba. Thanks for that.
Hey, Bubba. CJ, New York City. There's plenty of great nightlife down below Wahin. It's just paradise without seedy behavior at those crazy bars in Pattaya. Well, some people think they're crazy. Others would say, no, I like that situation.
It's all good. I mean, it just depends what you're looking for and what you're into. So, yeah.
I'm not into the crazy bars in Pattaya, but there's lots of single people come here that are, especially younger crowds. And I don't know if it's seedy. It's, it's all part of life. I mean,
what you're looking for and what you do, but
everyone seems to be happy.
Yep, that's for
Hunter
sure.
Orion says, are Rayon and Utapao the same airport? Yes, they are. There you go. Same airport, Hunter. Doug Paris, I'm going to be there next year with my Filipina. Wow, there, Dougie's
good for you.
Dougie's done well. Yeah, we both have Filipino wives, Cooper and myself, and they're Asian, and they have the, as Romeo says, the old school mentality.
And there's Filipino restaurants here and supermarkets.
Yep, she'll fit right in, Doug. There's lots of Filipinas here, and Philippine restaurants, Philippine supermarkets. So she'll feel like she's at home, when she gets to these places and around some fellow Kabayans. So
would this be Doug's first time here, or?
Dougie, Romeo wonders if this is your first time here. Let us know in the comments. CJ, New York City, there are many ferry trips for all the little islands. Yeah. From here, you can go to Koh Larn. A lot of guys like that little trip. Give you an example. I know Brownie, he's mentioned to me, and I think I'll take him up on it. There's a trip to Koh Larn, and it's like 1,500 baht, and that includes your one-night accommodation, your free breakfast the next morning. It's a good one, he says, and your scooter rental while you're on the island. Well, for $45 American, you get all that included: a scooter rental for a day, your breakfast in the morning for 2 people or 1, whatever, and your accommodation for the night. That's a heck of a deal.
And the boat trip over.
And the boat trip over. And, he goes to the quieter part of the island where the beach is immaculate and it's, it's great. So there is, there's lots of ferry trips to different islands, and take them in, check them out.
Here's a key note though. I was supposed to be there today, leaving in the morning to go to Koh Larn with some friends. You have to watch because I'm not sure it's every Wednesday or second Wednesday of the month or first Wednesday, whatever it may be. I've been there before. When you go, the chairs and the umbrellas are closed. The island's open and you can swim and everything, but the umbrellas don't go up. You can't get chairs.
Wow.
Yep. And some of the restaurants do close.
On Wednesday.
But I'm pretty sure it's not every Wednesday. So we're supposed to go this morning, and someone had to call one of their friends, said, "Oh yeah, don't go if you want a chair and stuff. Don't go today."
Interesting.
That's part of the
government mandate or regulation or something.
Yeah. And I've done it twice before when I forgot it was a Wednesday. We went there. Sure enough, it's like, oh yeah, there's no chairs, no umbrellas.
One thing I realized in Thailand, you'll have government holidays whenever, you'll never guess when they are. And there's lots of them. You'll have shops closed. Why would this shop be? I mean, one of our favorite restaurants, and we went there for months until we realized that it's only open Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We came up Wednesday one night. What's this place closed for? So there is some differences that you will run across. Openings, closings, and that. Tim P, thank you, Brooke, Alpha, Coop, and Darlene. Another great and informative show. The snow is calling for my shoveling attention. That is one activity I will not miss moving to Thailand. You still shovel snow?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, you do. You poor bugger.
Yeah. 2 snow blowers, a lot of shovels. You name it, I got
Oh,
it.
you got a lot of snow to push.
Yeah. So Tim, I think Tim's from Edmonton, right?
Yes.
How are the Edmonton Oilers doing, Tim?
Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah.
Doug Paris says, yes, it will be my first time.
Oh, great.
Okay. So
Excellent.
Dougie's coming there with his Filipina for the first
That'll
time.
probably be her first time.
Probably. Oh, yeah, I would guess
Good
so.
for you, Doug.
Dougie, if you can stop over at Dusset Grand Park 2 here and meet the other Filipinas, she'll feel right at home. J.E. Washington, Romeo Tour Service could be a good source of side income. Romeo's Tour Service, tour guide.
Yeah, I don't know. Huh?
Yeah,
Sure, share my experiences. It's all good, but
yeah,
appreciate it. As far as working, no. I'm done.
No, he's done working. James McConnell, I handed my notice in 1st of September. Okay. Booked a one-way ticket, arrived in Phuket, stayed 2 weeks, then flew over to Pattaya. Got my condo in Cozy Beach. Oh, yeah. Overlooking the sea where I'm watching from for a year.
Beautiful.
So there you go. Yeah, that's
Beautiful area.
beautiful area to live. And September 1st worked out for you. You got your one-way ticket. So he did check out Phuket.
Yep.
Maybe realized, hey, I like it here a little better in Pattaya. So good for you.
Good for you, James.
Yeah, coming out to the meet and greet. James, introduce yourself on the 24th of this month. So that's geez, that's coming up quick. Yeah, next week. It's at 6 p.m. Tuesday. Yes, you're correct. At Fraser's, and you can Google that. There's definitely Google Maps will have it. And you'll be there, Romeo.
So maybe do the people that are going to attend, maybe some of them tell them, do they have to book a reservation to get a seat, or do they show up?
Show up.
Oh, you just show up there.
I booked the whole place for
It's kind of the whole place is booked for the Coopersthaiadventure group, and it's busy, guys. There's still lots of room. Don't worry. And they have aircon inside. If you're a smoker outside, they've got tables, and the food's great there. But the best thing is you're going to meet a lot of similar-minded people. Everybody's smiling. Everybody's happy. You know, you'll exchange phone numbers, line numbers, whatever. You'll get to make some new friends, new contacts, and yeah, it's a great time. So yeah, please come out.
Great networking experience too.
Great
you meet
networking.
everybody, you got questions or you learn things. Excellent.
Somebody's already blazed the trail, probably in what you're asking about or looking to do, and yeah. James McConnell says, I ain't going back. Not going back, James.
We got to talk, James.
CJ, New York City. Hey, people asking about the flights, etc. Ever heard of Google? Geez. Yeah, well, yep. Google Flights, Skyscanner I use. Orbitz was one. I'm assuming it's still there. And there was another big one too that Consolidators, I think they are.
But, Kayak.
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
Skyscanner's huge. So the thing with Google, it's good, but doesn't exactly mean that they give you all the flights that you're looking for and all the options. For example, if I fly here from, say, Air Canada, they might give me on Google 2 flights, and I'll put in the quickest. Typically, I put in the quickest route.
Yep.
That's my important thing. Quickest route here, and go in. But they'll give you the 2 flights, say. But if you go on Air Canada or the other Star Alliance, there's like 15 of them.
Yeah.
So they only give you what they want to show. Same with like Japan Airlines, whatever. So you got to it's good. But you just got to do a little bit more.
You want to do. I found that exact same issue. You know, you think, oh, gee, the first time, that's all there is. Well, hang on. You go to the website to check out the better pricing or whatever. Geez, there's way more than just those 2. So absolutely right on that.
And the other one, and like the important was maybe if it matters to you, you don't want to connect to a certain country, whatever. Say we go to Taiwan and Taiwan over here and whatever the duration is, or you go to Seoul, Korea, and Korea is a little bit further to get here. So you can kind of do the timing and see how much time you're spending in the tube. before getting here. And
Yeah.
that's big. Yeah. So
No, that's good.
that's
Four Dog says, I would like to get your opinion. I need to fly out of Pattaya to Chiang Mai. Would you go to Bangkok or fly out of Rayon, say?
so in my case, I've always went to Suvarnabhumi in Bangkok and flew from there.
Okay.
And I think it's because I fly Star Alliance, so the points and whatnot, I can get on like Thai. So Thai Airway and Thai Smile are two separate companies. They own the same, but one's the second tier and first tier. So now what they do is you can earn if you do that, you can earn your points on Thai Smile that you couldn't do before. So they finally amalgamated, and that's why people are doing that, right? It might be your one air, so 3 or 4 different.
I would prefer going out of Rayon.
Yeah.
Because it's a small
Quick,
airport.
yeah. Like I said, it all depends what.
And but a lot of it would be pricing, see what the cost of the flights are. You can take a bus from Pattaya to Suvarnabhumi Airport pretty cheap if there was a huge savings flying out of there.
Yep.
On the other hand, maybe it's just as cheap to fly out of Rayon, which is a lot closer. So, yep.
Yeah.
CJ, New York City, those bars are disgusting. Well,
Which bars?
Which bars? Probably the ones in Pattaya, the sleazy ones.
Meaning like there's dirt on the ground? Or
Yeah, no, he's
different.
Frank T, I'd like to hear more about the 1,500 Thai baht overnight trip to Koh Larn. Where can I find more information? Well, I can tell you, come to the meet and greet next Thursday. We'll get Brownie there, or Tuesday, next Tuesday. He'll tell you all about it. I've heard this from Brownie as well as a couple other guys in the pool area that they've done this a few times. So there's not just one location that does that. They tend to stay at the one. I think they found they like it the best. But yeah, it's apparently 1,500 baht for the meal, the breakfast in the morning, the overnight accommodation. Now, it's not 5-star. You're probably 2.5, 3-star out of 5 on accommodations wise. It's not your Holiday Inn.
No, but it's a clean room.
But it's a clean room, exactly. And it's close to the
location.
beach and friendly people. And the breakfast is great, he says. For the 2 people, he takes his Filipino wife over there and has a great time. He's done that a few times too.
I'd like to go.
Yeah, I would too. I said, hey, next time you're going, let me know.
So Frank says where to find it, to hear about it. So there's, as you know, the street vendors that do the tours packages and whatnot. So I know they have them pretty much everywhere for where you want to go. And I've seen that before, but I haven't seen it for 1,500. I've seen it for like 25 or 3,000. So that's a really good deal.
Yeah. Well, Eric's was over, with Brownie, and he liked it. And then he did it on his own, and he went to a little more upscale. And he did say, yeah, it was 2,500, but he felt, okay, for me, it's a little more upscale, whatever reason he was thinking of or looking for. Brownie's like me. He likes a nice budget accommodation. Hey, roof over my head. I don't mind paying less, right? Because you're out at the beach and the surf and the sand anyways. So yeah, there's something for everybody, I guess, is my point.
Oh, absolutely.
Depending on your budget.
Maybe we'll make a video of it. Put on.
I would. I think that'd be a great video to put on, and I think you'd get a lot of people interested in doing that.
Yeah.
So maybe you want to say too, to go over from here to Koh Larn, there's that ferry that you can take, or if you don't want a little faster and a little bit woozy, yeah, there's a speedboat. Typically, I do that. Get you there and get you back a little quicker.
I think Brownie and the guys he goes with took the speedboat. Yeah. Because it's fairly inexpensive and it's quicker. Yeah.
And you can meet there. You don't have to take a private one. So you can be there. There's somebody you don't know, 4 or 5 people. They load up the boat and save them less money.
And I think the hotel picked them up at the pier and took them right to their accommodation. So that's good to know. Next, please. CJ, New York City, dirty old men that can't get it anyway, but they want to play whatever. Well, we'll see. Next, please. Daniel Hall, Denny Vega, I'm looking forward to the meet and greets. Yes, Daniel. A lot of people are there. Some are regulars, always new ones, new faces. But again, everybody's smiling, everybody's happy. That's what you want to see.
Good times with great people.
Yep, good times with great people. Tim P. Alpha, 3rd in the Pacific behind LA and Vegas in 1st. Oh, okay. He's talking about the Oilers. All right. McDavid is still a phenom on the ice. Yeah.
He's one talent.
Connor McDavid,
Absolutely.
isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That boy can skate good too.
Ford Dog, I'm just checking for January meet and greet. It is the 28th. Waiting to see those new choppers, Coop. Hang on. Oh, January he's talking about. Yeah. Yeah, we'd have to look. But 4th, yeah, 1, 8, 15, 22. Yeah, probably the 4th is the 28th.
Third Tuesday.
It's a 3rd Tuesday in January you're going to do it? Okay.
Every month, third.
Just stay tuned. We'll update it on that. It's the 3rd Tuesday, apparently. James McConnell won't be able to make the meet and greets. I'm at another party. I'll have to be there in January. Okay, well, it's a regular monthly event, so whenever you can make it. But John Bain, what I like about Wahin is it seems more suitable for a cyclist. Well, there you go, Romeo. Maybe you'd agree with that comment. And there are no crowds on the beach. Also has very minimal bar culture. So, you know, girly bars, I guess. He's
absolutely right. It's a little quieter, which is nice. A lot safer if you're on a bike. That's absolutely for sure. Yeah, it's a nice place.
Okay.
A little bit of everything. I mean, to have, you know, if you want a little bit of bars or some nightlife to go out, they have a section that you can go to there.
Gotcha. Yeah.
It's all good.
We were about 2 hours from Bangkok, and then from Bangkok to Hua Hin was about another 2 hours. So it's about a 4-hour trip one way from, you know, Jomtien Pattaya to Hua Hin. And if you're landing in Bangkok, you're only 2 hours. So yeah, it's a nicely located area. CJ NYC Hopper is a great app. Okay. Uncle Craig Ben Nock, sorry. Top of the morning from the Thai farm. Is everyone enjoying the cool weather in Thailand now? It is cool here. It's beautiful here, guys. You enjoying that, Romeo?
I love the weather. Even when it's warm, I love the weather.
Now, is Pin cold? Is she?
Yeah, it's a little bit. It's a little bit warmer here than where she's from. She's from up north.
Okay.
Right now in the morning, as you know, when it warms up. But yeah, it's
it's nice.
They call it their winter time, and I like
they do
kind of say you don't really have a winter here because you're in a tropical environment. But yeah, it's
to them it's winter. To us, it's heaven. It's a great time of the year weather-wise, guys, because it's not overly oppressive heat. You can get some hot months in the summer months. You get the cloudy days. It's great. Early morning walks are fantastic.
Not as humid. That's
the big thing as well. Romeo's right.
Yesterday lunchtime was 28.
Yesterday lunchtime was 28 Celsius. So that's a great temperature anywhere, really. Yep.
Uncle Craig.
Alchemist. If it floats, flies, or rent it. Life advice. Yeah. So he's referring to rentals. Just you're better to rent something than buy it.
Yep, I hear you.
Uncle Craig Van Nock, I have found that most Thai boat rides are rough on my old man body. I think it depends on the water. Like if it's rough water, I don't care what boat you're on, it's going to be probably bumpy. But
I can understand what Craig's saying. I've been on a few, depending where you are. You got the high end speed boats if you want that they go pretty quick. Yeah, we're a back race, but it gets you there quickly. And then you can do the ferry ride. That's nice and smooth, but sometimes the water's a little bit choppy. So you see some
get a bit of motion on it, but it'll be a smoother ride. It just takes longer.
Yeah, and then
a little cheaper.
And then if you go say Bangkok, whatever the river. You can take the boat.
River cruise.
What's the boats? That's the Thai style boats. I don't know what the actual name is.
Long one.
Yeah, it's cool. It's
long boat, I think.
It's a wood boat. Yeah, it's a little bit. It's an experience, right?
Yep. Alchemist, the Thai ladies will get my crypto fortune. I win, they win. So Alchemist is doing well in his crypto, and he's okay sharing it with the Thai ladies.
What a nice guy.
What a great guy. They'll love you, Alchemist. Temperature is beautiful these days. It is, absolutely. Hunter Orion, January meet and greet on the 3rd Tuesday. I arrive on the 22nd. So,
it's the 3rd Tuesday.
21. Just I think that's a Wednesday, isn't it?
So the third Tuesday is the 21st.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that one, Orion, we might have to meet you the next month, but you can come to the cabana. We'll meet you there. White line at Uncle Craig Van Nock. Everyone rushes to the front of the speedboat, but back seats are more comfortable on your body. Oh, is that true?
That is right, because it goes up like this too,
okay.
right? Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Little tip there from White Line. That's good to know.
So while your hair parted, sit in the front. You get the wind. You know, it kind of gives you that wind-blown look. If you're in the movies, sit in the back.
Well, you're lucky you still got hair. Mine's
it's
tends
thinning,
to be a little bit receding here.
It's stress from work. They said once I leave and stuff, it grows back. So,
oh, it does, doesn't it? Okay. Yep.
That's good.
Okay, guys. Well, I think that's it for the comments. We're an hour, coming up on an hour and a half here. Thanks for all the copies from everybody, and give us a thumbs up. Hit that like button. Make Darlene smile. If you're not a subscriber yet, it doesn't cost anything. Just join up. Definitely check out the Facebook group, Coopersthaiadventure. You can join there. You have to be a subscriber to join. That's the only thing. Answer some of the questions, follow the rules, and you'll get accepted in there. Great wealth of information there, and all positive people. So anyways, Coop will be back on Saturday night live stream. So we'll see you then. Thanks again, guys. Thanks to Romeo for helping out, and
Thanks for having me.
We'll talk to you soon. Captain Action, finally, Brooke, you and your crew are awesome. Well, thanks for that, Captain. Oh, Bitcoin's at 106,357. It's still on sale, guys. Good news. Thanks, Romeo.
You're welcome.
Have a good day, y'all.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye.